Hi everybody, welcome back to Mrs. Gabby G. For those of you that have subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it. For those of you that are going back and referring people to my channel, I really appreciate it. I've gotten so much great feedback from people that are sending their sisters or people that are going, and it just makes me feel really, really good. I wanted to talk about a different type of a subject today. As you know, or some people know, I've been kind of working with people now, kind of trying to get them on a journey with me, but this pertains to people that are going on any kind of journey. The subject today I want to talk about is motivation. Motivation is a very misunderstood thing. I think that most of us as Americans, or as people rather, not Americans, but as people, we misunderstand motivation. We misunderstand how we get motivation. How does it come to us? When does it come to us? Is it supposed to just be here and stay? Is there anything that we need to do to move it along, or to nurture it, or to keep it growing, right? So I want to talk about that. I want to break it down a little bit, because as we talk to people pursuing their goals, now I want to make sure that you understand this. What I'm going to talk about today, really, you can use it. I've used it. I personally have used it to reach a couple, if not a few, of my huge goals in life. One of them is buying a house. Another one is reaching a certain level in my business. Another one is reaching certain licenses. You might be going for your real estate license, or you might be going for any type of other big license, or even to buy a house. Or even, gentlemen, how can I get this woman to marry me, right? I want her to marry me. How can I strategize? So I want to talk about that, and these are going to be steps that you can really use, honestly, to really accomplish those things. I've been experiencing this for many, many years, and I'm telling you, I've read so many books, have practiced it, have studied it, have showed it to other people, and I'm going to share it with you today. So motivation. How do we get motivation? First of all, I want to make sure that you understand, don't set yourself up for failure. If you're going to start a new journey of anything, your fitness journey, to get healthy, to buy a house, to start a business, whatever the case may be, don't set yourself up for failure. Understand motivation. Understand how it comes and how you keep it. So here's what happens. First of all, you have an idea. The idea pops into your head, right? The idea comes. So you say, wow, that would be great, right? I have an idea too, fill in the blank. Well, right now you're not motivated, right? It's just an idea, it's a desire. Most people think that, okay, I have an idea, bam, why don't I feel motivated? I should feel motivated. Right now I hear people say that, honestly. People will say, in my situation, what I'm talking to people about right now is, of course, changing your life, becoming healthy, working on your quality of life, things like that. And I hear people say things like, I don't know, Gabby, I don't know why I'm not motivated. I started, but I'm just not motivated. I can't keep my motivation. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm going to break that down for you. I'm going to break it down for you. So first of all, it's an idea. You don't have motivation yet. You have a desire. You have a want. It sounds good. It's a great idea. I kind of want that. I should want that. I'm supposed to want that, right? So then what happens once you have a desire is, now you have to ask yourself why. Okay, I have an idea. Why do I want that? Why do I want to buy a house? Well, because I really want to have my kids be raised in a good neighborhood. I want them to stay in that. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you want to open a business or start a business, or whatever the case may be, you want to ask yourself, why do I want to get that? What do I gain? What do my loved ones gain? Break it down. What is your why? Why do I want it? Then you begin to say, wow, that would be really great. If I could do those things, that would be really great. But see, that's not motivation. That's just desire. You have a desire. You have a want. I want to do that for my kids. I really want to, right? So once you get your why, then you have to ask yourself, okay, how can I do that? So many people look at a big dream or a big desire and you say, oh, I'll never be able to do that. We can never do that. Nobody in our family has ever done that. That doesn't happen to us. Those kind of things don't happen to people like us. No, you got to get that out of your mind. You got to ask yourself. This is a question that you have to ask yourself in every case for the rest of your life. Ask yourself, man, how can we do it? If you want to take a trip next year, you got to ask yourself, how can we do it? Don't say, man, we can never do that. We can't do that. You have to ask yourself, man, how can we make it happen? How can we afford it, right? How can we do it? Think of ways, get your pen and paper out, write it down. Once you look at things like, okay, I have a few ideas of how we can do it, then comes the next step. The next step is put a plan together. Now that you have your idea, you know you have a desire, you know why you want to do it, now you kind of have an idea of how you're going to do it. Well, see, now as human beings, we need to write it down. We need to put together a plan. And we get taught that at school. You know, at school in about 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, we get taught how to write an essay, right? We get taught, how do we write an essay? What do you do with an essay? Okay, it's gonna be 5 paragraphs. The teacher says you write your first sentence, your introductory sentence for every paragraph, right? You get your piece of paper, you get your 5 sentences. And then after you get your 5 sentences, then you're gonna get your little sentences to fill in to make every paragraph, right? And you have a complete overall essay. That's what happens with your plan. You gotta put together a plan, a written, concise plan as to how you're going to reach that goal. Right? And it takes paper. You can't do it in your mind. You can't do it. You've got to get pen to paper and put every detail down, write it down, and it's going to look like a rough draft, and it's going to be a draft, and then you're going to throw it away and you're going to refine it. It takes time. This right here is the longest time is creating that written plan, because you're going to do it and you're going to change it just like you do an essay. The same thing. It's called your business plan. Your business plan on how am I going to buy my wife a house by the 2017, by 2018. How am I going to XYZ, right? That's your essay. Your essay is called, this is how I'm going to buy my wife her house. This is how I'm going to pass my next license. This is how we're going to do it. And you write it down. And take the time that you need to write it down. Take that time. It's so worth it. All wealthy people, successful people in anything, in sports, athletics, a coach who's going to coach a football team. That's what they do. They watch video after video after video. They put their starting plan. They put their how long, for how many minutes. That they're going to practice for, right? So you've got to do that. Write it down. But once you do that, once you write it down and have a clear, concise plan, you've got to get a clear, concise mental picture of how that's going to look. You've got to do that. If it's to get in shape, get a picture. Put pictures on your refrigerator. Put pictures on your bathroom mirror of how I want to look. This is what I want to look like. This is where I want to go. If you want to go on a trip, get pictures of that trip. You've got to get a clear, concise mental picture as to how that looks at the end of your plan. When you're reading a book, right, a very well-written book causes you to look at it in a picture, right? I love to read. I don't read, drama stuff. I read basically self-development, self-improvement, and all those things. But when you read those things, even those things, you get a clear, concise. They're drawing pictures with words. So that's what your plan has to look like. So when you're reading it, this is what you're doing. You're reading your plan and you're like, man, this is good. You talk to your partner, talk to your spouse, talk to your best friend, talk to your teammate. Once you're done, a confidant, right? Not somebody that's going to send you bad vibes. Don't do that. Someone that's in sync with you, someone that's going to empower you, someone that's going to edify you, someone that's going to say, yes, you can do that, right? So you want to do that. You want to say, wow, I could do this. Look, this is what it says right here. Look what I came up with. Then I really believe this. So what happens when you're done putting that written plan together? Guess what happens? Guess what happens when you get that plan written? Confidence exudes you. Confidence comes over you. See, you ever wonder why, if you've ever done a business before, if you've done businesses before or any kind of goal, and you try to tell people, you ever see that people really kind of say, they might not say it to you, but in their mind, they're saying, okay, yeah, whatever, yeah, you're gonna do, they'll roll their eyes, and they might not say anything, but they're not saying, really? Wow, that's like, see, for people to do that, that means they believe you. That means they concur. That means, you know what? I can see that in you. I can totally see you doing that. Yeah, absolutely. See, when people don't do that for you, minus the haters, minus the naysayers, right? All those people, they're never going to do that for you. Don't desire that. That's never going to happen. But for the people that really want to see you win, if they don't do that, that means that they smell the fear in you. See, animals smell fear and people smell fear. So if you're trying to tell people, if you're in sales and you haven't got that plan down, your presentation, your facts, if you haven't got that presentation down, what you're going to say to where you believe it, to where you can cross-reference the heck out of it, to where you can say checkmate, to where you can say, ask me any question, I'm ready to answer. I got it. Ask me anything, I'm ready. See, when you get to that point, if you're in sales, that's when customers stop asking you questions. You work so hard, you put all this time and energy into learning your craft, and you get so confident, you're sold. You are sold on you. You believe you. You have a plan. You know what you're doing. Customers stop asking you. Clients will stop drilling you with questions. They don't need to ask you because they see it in you. See, so when you're in sales or you're trying to bring customers to you, if you are not convinced of your own business plan, of your own future, that's why they don't follow you. That's why they don't buy from you, because you are not convinced. So what happens when you have a written, concise mental picture, and you can say, look at me, it's right there. Look at what I'm telling you. I believe it with every fiber of my being. See, then they follow you. That's confidence. And I don't know any other way to get confidence without doing that work. See, so many of us want to go from, okay, I saw something, I like it, I feel like it's good, boom, why isn't this working? See, you can't do that in anything. I mean, in anything, you have to do the between work. I mean, if you really want to do it, I'm just telling you wholeheartedly, I would have never been able to do the things that I've done in my life without putting the work into it. Without sitting there and by myself or with my husband, putting it in writing. So I personally know where I'm at with that, right? So what happens there is you get confidence. You exude confidence. So then what happens? When you're looking at your game plan, you're excited. And that's awesome. See, then motivation starts. You don't have it yet, but now you're motivated. Now you're like, what? Oh my goodness, I could do this, man. I totally know I could do this. Oh man, and you can't wait to get up out of bed. You can't wait, you stay up a little bit later. Now you're starting with the time. See, when you go to the gym, for those of us, if you want to go to the gym and you want to get in shape, if you really see and you're like, man, I could do this. Now you begin to get a little bit of motivation, you get confidence. But motivation isn't set in yet. It's not drilled in you yet, right? If that makes sense. See, now motivation is started now. Now it's creeping in and you can feel it. See, what happens, you guys, what happens is we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. And if you really want to kill it, if you really want to accomplish and you really want to learn how to work with people and you really want to learn how to do that, you've got to understand that. See, if you don't have this belief in your plan and you're talking, right? You're trying to get people to follow you. You're trying to get people to try your product, whatever it may be. But your subconscious mind is back here. Your subconscious is the one that never turns off the recording. It's recorded every single thing and every single doubt and every single fear and every single mess up and failure. See, it knows. You can't fool them. You can if you know how to do that. So what happens is you're trying to talk over here, but your subconscious mind is setting off the vibration. No, he's scared to death. He doesn't really believe that. See, but when you get a written, concise mental picture backed by a written plan on how to do it, now your subconscious mind says, wait a minute, oh my goodness, I think he really does believe it this time. Wait a minute, I see it, oh my, I can't believe, your subconscious mind is saying, wow, I can't believe this, but I really think he's got it this time. See, now your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in sync, and you are unstoppable when that happens. You are unstoppable when your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in alignment. What does that mean? That means that what you say, you really believe. The words that are coming out of your mouth, you really believe it. you could be giving a lie detector test and you will pass. Does that make sense? And when you get to that point and you try to talk to people, they'll follow you and you'll explode. Now, here's the thing that you need to understand about that. You got to pay the price to get there. It doesn't just happen. See, that's where my heart goes out. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm seeing people right now, so excited and so happy, and you want to do it. And I believe you. I believe that you want to do it. I believe that you have number 1 and number 2 down. Your desire, you have the idea. You might even know why you want to do it. You wrote down your why, right? Those things are easy. It comes out. You wrote your why down, but you haven't done the how am I going to do it? Exactly. Let me write it down to the point where I believe it. See, that takes time and effort. You got to do that. So now you've worked your you've paid your price. You're in alignment. Now guess what happens? The next step. Here's where the motivation begins. Here's where it happens. Results. No, I'm sorry. First, you work your plan. You can't get results without working your plan, Gab. So after you get your written, concise mental picture, your plan, then you gotta work your plan. What does that mean? That means that now you're gonna go do what you said you were gonna go do. Whatever it is, I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'm gonna do these things. These are my income producing activities. Whatever those things are, you do them and you do them. You work your plan. Exactly what you said you were gonna do on this day and by this time and by this time, you cross it off and you cross it off. And every time you cross things off, your belief system goes up a notch. Your confidence goes up a notch. And after 6 months, after 8 months, after a year, guess what? You're better. You're more believable. Your closings get faster. More people are following you. But you gotta do the work. It doesn't just happen, but it will happen if you do the work. So you work your plan. Now guess what happens? And see, the working the plan part, you gotta hang in there. You gotta tell yourself this. You gotta tell yourself this. Come on, Gab. Come on, Gab. You remember what she said? This is not where the motivation comes in. This is where the nasty phase. This is the nasty phase. This is where you gotta remember your plan. You got to go back to the why. You got to go back to read your plan. Okay, let me read it before I go to bed. Let me read it before I go to bed. When I wake up in the morning, let me read it. Let me sell myself the dream. Let me convince myself again. Okay, Gab, you're getting down. Oh, no, okay, yeah, no, that's true. Okay, no, I'm going to do it. Okay, I got it. The next day, oh, I'm getting down. See, when you're working your plan, you got to do that every night and every morning. And then every night and every morning. You got to go to sleep reading this, dreaming about it. Wake up in the morning, read it, go to work. In the middle of the day, read it again. As many times as you can. You can read books. I didn't make this up. The reason that I can speak it so confidently is because I didn't make this up. You can, any book on how to make it happen. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, 10X by Grant Cardone, Jim Rohn, all these books will tell you the same thing. You gotta go to bed at night with your plan, you gotta wake up with it. In the middle of the day, you gotta do it again. During the work it phase. So during that work it phase, who motivates the leader? Nobody. If you're waiting for somebody to motivate you, you're not gonna have motivation. Who motivates the leader? You motivate the leader. No one's gonna come and do it for you. No one's gonna come and read you your plan. You gotta get good at that. You. And if you do, you will be in the top % of whatever it is that you're trying to do. I promise you! Somehow we think that we're gonna get from desire, I have an idea, I know my why, to winning. It doesn't happen. Not even buying your house. Buying your house, I have a daughter who's in escrow right now. It doesn't happen by, oh, I want to buy a house. You need to be clear, concise. We're going to get these checks. We have this much money. Precise, right? So don't set yourself up for failure. Don't do that. Work it. During the working the plan phase is when you got to sell your own belief. You got to come to your own rescue. You got to do it. Don't think that motivated. Right there, you're going to say, I don't know, I'm not motivated. I talked to 20 people yesterday and nobody. That's going to happen. If you can't handle that, you're not going to stay motivated. You got to keep yourself motivated during that work, the plan phase. And if you do that, then comes motivation. Then you get results. If you're going to the gym after 6 weeks and somebody says, wow, Gab, what have you been doing? You look great. Guess what happens? I'm motivated. I like that. I like attention, right? We like attention. Somebody says, wow, Mary, have you lost weight? I could tell. What do you want to do? You want to do more of what made you lose weight. Now you're motivated because you're getting attention. You're seeing what? Results. You are seeing results. Results, results, results. That's what keeps you motivated. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. The why gets your desire. The why, you have desire. We don't get anything with desire. We can have desire all night long. We don't get anything with desire. We have to work our plan, get results, and then you get motivated because you get results. You're motivated. Now you want to work. Now you want to work, and now you do it, and you will keep your motivation. Does that make sense? I get excited about that. I get excited. Why? Because I know that it works. I know for a fact that formula works. If you work that plan, I promise you, it will work. You're gonna say, but Gab, I've been working my plan. It's not happening. You gotta work your plan. You gotta stay confident. You gotta stay excited. You gotta motivate your own leader, which is you. Does that make sense? So I hope that helped you. When you get your written plan, you mark my words. If you get that in writing, you will be excited. You will believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. Sometimes, we make our big fat promises, and then you go back to your room or back to your car and you're like, what did I just say? I can't believe I just did that. What did I just say? Gab, you know you can't do that. Why'd you open your big mouth for? See, that's not gonna happen. Once you get these things in place, you will be excited. So I hope that helps you. I hope somehow you can believe what I'm saying. And if you don't, I'm okay with that. If you found a better way, good for you. I'm so happy, genuinely happy for you. I'm sharing with you what has worked for me, what has worked for many people is these steps that I just walked over with you. I hope that somehow helps your confidence level. It gives you a light at the end of the tunnel. I hope that it generated ideas for you, or it confirmed, or did something to move you a little bit, move you forward. That's the reason why anybody that does videos, that's the reason why we do videos. That's our desire. We wouldn't put ourselves out there. Trust me, we would not put ourselves out there like that if we didn't. We have honest, genuine desires of our heart for you, the viewer. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited for your success. I'm gonna send you energy. I'm excited for anything that the universe, that our great God has in store for you. Thank you again so much for watching. If you please like the video, subscribe, send me positive vibes back if you will. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.